Martin Luther is a superstar in his adopted home of Wittenberg. There's Luther Schnapps, Luther bread, and of course, Luther's Bible. His image is everywhere. But the Reformation he started 500 years ago reverberates way beyond the town's boundaries. The seismic events Luther set in motion changed the entire world. But what made them possible in the first place?
Luther
grasped the mood, or perhaps better, the spirit of the time. Everything he said and thought was already in the air, so all it needed was a great voice, a voice like a trumpet, and the ability to fascinate people.
It was an age of robber barons and serfs, when witches were burned at the stake and the devil was omnipresent. The church exerted a huge influence on people's lives. Life in medieval Wittenberg was anything but cozy, as can be seen from this huge panorama, created especially for the anniversary.
The dominant mood of the time was doom and gloom. There was famine and war. The peasants' revolt wasn't confined to the year 1525. For generations there had been uprisings that were mercilessly put down.
Many feared Judgment Day was imminent, and preachers like Johann Tetzel exploited that by selling indulgences in places like Jüterbog, where 500 years later Anselm Shadow ministers to the Catholic community. He says people thought indulgences would shorten their time in purgatory.
Theology in the Middle Ages was closely tied to ideas of the Last Judgment. People expected to burn in hell and wanted to try and atone for their sins. They were afraid. And others saw a business opportunity in exploiting it.
It wasn't just an odd religious idea, it was a financial policy. The aim was to siphon money out of the German regions, out of Saxony and Thuringen, and send it to Rome to fund projects such as St. Peter's Cathedral.
Then suddenly, an iconic image rocked Western Christianity. Luther nailing his 95 theses to a church door in Wittenberg. He was protesting against the sale of indulgences and the doctrine of clerical infallibility.
At this point, he was just addressing an abuse of authority. He didn't necessarily think it should lead to the establishment of a new church. I could even imagine he would have vehemently rejected any such idea.
Luther believed Christians should assume more individual responsibility for their actions. No one should be able to buy a clean conscience. He translated the Bible from Latin into German so that everyone could understand it, and the newly invented printing press helped him spread the scriptures in the vernacular. Despite the Christian schism, Anselm Shadow is excited about the anniversary and the chance to meet with Lutheran colleagues. He thinks both churches today recognize more things that unite than divide them.
I don't believe we are celebrating it, nor are the Lutherans celebrating it. Rather, we are commemorating the split in the church and hoping to do what we can to overcome it.
One thing the two churches already share in this Jubilee year is a love of song, just the way Luther would have liked it.